Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. Today we're diving into entrepreneurship and what it really takes to make that leap. So whether you're actually thinking about starting a business or you're just super curious about the whole founder mindset, we've got this awesome guide that we're breaking down, and it goes way beyond the usual step-by-step stuff.
Right.
It really digs into how starting a business can totally change you as a person.
Well, it's so fascinating how it goes beyond just the practical stuff and actually emphasizes this whole personal growth thing.
Right.
That's a huge motivator for entrepreneurs.
Oh, totally. It's not just about making money.
No, not at all. It's about becoming a better you in the process.
So it's like building a business and building yourself at the same time.
Exactly. You're leveling up in real life, right?
I love that.
Yeah, and the guide talks about this internal shift that happens.
Oh, yeah.
When someone decides to actually go for it. They find this new sense of purpose and they've got all this energy.
Yeah.
And they become these natural problem solvers.
I have to.
Yeah, and they develop this crazy resilience,
Oh, resilience is key.
Huge for any entrepreneur.
Absolutely. You're going to get knocked down a few times.
Oh, for sure.
Got to be able to bounce back.
Yeah, you got to bounce back. And the guide even calls entrepreneurship a self-discovery class.
Okay, so what do they mean by that?
Well, it's when you start a business, you're forced to face your fears, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You're learning new stuff constantly and pushing your own limits.
Totally out of your comfort zone, right?
Yes, exactly. And through all of that, you discover what you're really capable of.
That's so cool.
The guide mentions this entrepreneur who was terrified of public speaking.
Oh, gosh, I know so many people like that.
Right. But after just a few months of pitching her business idea to investors,
Yeah.
she became a total pro at presentations.
Wow, what a transformation.
I know, right?
So it's you're not just learning business skills, you're growing as a human. Exactly.
It's about the personal growth that happens outside of your comfort zone.
I love that.
And it's not all about individual growth either.
Oh, okay.
The guide also talks about community. It's huge because as an entrepreneur, you're constantly talking to clients, suppliers, mentors, all these people that broaden your perspective.
They show you new ways of looking at things.
Exactly. And they help you grow.
Okay. So you're leveling up in real life, right?
Yeah.
You gain resilience, you expand your network, you learn a ton. But let's get practical for a second.
Yeah.
What about the people who are actually thinking about starting a business?
Yeah.
What are some essential steps?
Well, first you got to have a super clear business idea.
Okay.
What problem are you solving? What need are you filling?
Yeah.
And is there even a market for your product or service?
That's a good point.
Right? You got to do your research.
Yeah.
Make sure you're not diving into a non-existent pool. And the guide also mentions how important it is to identify your target audience. The people who are most likely to buy from you.
Oh, that's huge. Knowing your audience.
Super important.
But I'm also thinking about the less glamorous side of things,
Okay.
Finances.
Yeah,
I know a lot of new entrepreneurs struggle with that.
absolutely. It could be tough.
So what kind of advice does the guide offer for the money stuff?
Well, the guide really emphasizes having a solid business plan,
Right.
even if it's just a basic outline, your goals, your target audience, and your financial projections.
So a roadmap, basically.
Exactly. And it helps you make good decisions about funding, expenses, pricing.
Okay, makes sense.
And speaking of funding,
Yeah.
you got to explore your options.
Okay.
Do you have personal savings? Are you going to look into loans, grant, maybe even investors?
There's so many possibilities.
Yeah, tons of possibilities.
So there's a lot to think about before you even launch.
Yeah, definitely a lot of prep work.
Yeah. But this whole conversation about personal growth and stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder about problem solving.
Oh, interesting.
How does entrepreneurship impact people's ability to solve problems?
That's a great point. And the guide actually has a whole section on that.
Really?
Yeah, because entrepreneurs are constantly facing challenges.
Oh, for sure.
So they develop this knack for creative problem solving.
Yeah, they have to think outside the box.
Exactly. They have to come up with innovative solutions. And that skill, it spills over into other parts of life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it makes them more adaptable in general.
So it's entrepreneurship trains your brain to be a problem-solving machine.
Basically.
I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's not just about overcoming challenges.
Right.
The guide also talks about creating something bigger than yourself,
Yeah.
like leaving a legacy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's about building something you're proud of, something that makes a difference. Like the guide features this really inspiring story about a woman
Oh, yeah.
who started a business that provides clean water to communities in developing countries.
Wow.
And her entrepreneurial spirit led her to create something really meaningful.
That's amazing.
It goes way beyond just making a profit.
So it seems like entrepreneurship isn't just about launching a business.
Right.
It's about launching a better version of yourself
Totally.
and making a positive impact on the world.
Yes, and making the world a better place.
But let's be honest, all this talk about personal growth and legacy building, it can sound pretty idealistic.
Yeah.
What about like the nitty-gritty details of running a business?
Yeah, good point. Let's get into the practical stuff.
Like how do you actually make it work?
Right, let's talk about that.
The guide goes into some like practical tips, which is great because like we all need a little guidance
Oh, for sure.
when we're navigating this whole entrepreneurial world.
Absolutely.
What are some of the key takeaways that like stood out to you?
Well, the guide really stresses the importance of a strong online presence.
Oh, yeah, that's huge these days.
It's like non-negotiable,
Right.
especially in today's digital landscape.
Totally.
Like your website is your virtual storefront,
Uh-huh.
and social media is like your megaphone.
Yeah, it's how you reach people.
Exactly. Amplifying your reach to potential customers.
So having a professional website
Mhm.
and engaging social media content is like a must.
It's a must-have.
But beyond that, what about like those softer skills?
Oh, yeah, the less tangible stuff.
The guide mentions a secret sauce for success.
Right, the secret sauce.
What's in the recipe?
Okay, so the guide highlights 3 main ingredients:
Okay.
exceptional customer service,
Okay.
adaptability,
Mm-hmm.
and unwavering passion.
Mm-hmm. Those are good
Are
ingredients.
essential.
Okay, let's break those down.
Okay, sounds good.
Why is customer service considered such a game changer?
Well, think about it.
Okay,
Satisfied customers are like the lifeblood of any thriving business.
that's true.
When you provide top-notch service, you build trust, loyalty,
Yeah.
and you encourage repeat business and positive word-of-mouth referrals.
So it's like customer service is basically marketing gold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It pays off in so many ways.
Okay, what about adaptability? Why is that so crucial for entrepreneurs?
Well, the business landscape is constantly changing, right?
Oh, yeah, especially these days.
It's like super fast-paced.
Right.
Think about the rise of e-commerce, social media marketing, and the increasing demand for like sustainable practices.
Oh, yeah, that's huge now.
It's everywhere.
Right.
So entrepreneurs need to be able to pivot,
Okay.
adjust their strategies, embrace new technologies and trends.
So they don't get left behind.
Exactly. They got to stay ahead of the curve.
It's like navigating a constantly shifting maze.
It is a maze out
Yes,
there.
be quick on your feet, ready to change direction.
Exactly. You got to be flexible.
And finally, passion.
Yes.
Why is that considered a secret ingredient?
Well, passion fuels your drive,
Okay.
especially when you're facing challenges and setbacks.
Which you inevitably will.
Oh, yeah, there will be bumps in the road.
Yeah.
But when you genuinely love what you do, it shows.
That's true.
Like it shows in everything you create, every interaction you have.
Yeah.
That authenticity is contagious.
I love that.
It resonates with customers and collaborators.
Yeah, people can feel it.
They can feel it.
Yeah.
The guide shares this inspiring anecdote about a chef
Oh, cool.
who turned his passion for sustainable farming
Okay.
into a successful farm-to-table restaurant.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And his dedication to organic produce and ethical sourcing, it's shown through in every dish.
That's so cool.
It created this loyal customer base
Wow.
who shared his values.
It's a great example of how passion can truly elevate a business.
Absolutely. It makes all the difference.
But even with passion, a great product,
Right.
and top-notch customer service, you still need to manage the financial side of things.
Oh, absolutely. You've got to keep an eye on the money.
So the guide emphasizes smart financial management.
It's crucial.
It's not just about generating revenue.
Right.
It's about tracking expenses, exploring funding options,
Yeah.
pricing your products strategically,
Right.
and ensuring long-term sustainability.
Yeah, exactly. You got to think about the long game.
That makes sense. You got to make sure the money coming in outweighs the money going out.
Exactly. You don't want to be in the red.
Speaking of funding, the guide touches upon a few different options. What are some key takeaways for entrepreneurs seeking financial support?
Well, the guide encourages exploring various avenues.
Okay.
Like bootstrapping with personal savings, seeking loans from banks or microfinance institutions,
Yeah.
applying for grants, and even considering angel investors or venture capitalists.
Oh, wow. For like high-growth businesses.
Exactly, for businesses with high growth potential.
Okay.
Each option has its own pros and cons.
Right.
So it's important to carefully evaluate which route aligns best with your business model and financial goals.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Definitely not.
You have to tailor your funding strategy to your specific needs and circumstances.
Exactly. Find what works best for you.
Now, this guide really seems to emphasize the transformative power of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it's a big theme.
It's not just about the business itself,
Right.
but the personal journey it sparks.
Exactly. It changes you.
The guide highlights how entrepreneurship often leads to increased self-confidence, sharper decision-making skills,
Yeah.
and enhanced resilience,
It's like a personal development boot camp.
all of which can benefit individuals in other areas of their lives.
Oh, for sure. It spills over into everything.
It's like entrepreneurship equips you with a valuable toolkit
I like that, a toolkit.
that you can use to navigate challenges and achieve goals, both in your professional and personal life.
Absolutely. It's a valuable skill set.
And that brings us back to like the listener's potential motivations for exploring entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Why do people want to do this?
Whether it's a desire for greater autonomy,
Okay.
the chance to pursue a passion project,
Uh-huh.
or simply the thrill of building something from scratch.
Yeah.
There's often a deeper personal drive at play.
There's always a why.
It's not just about escaping the 9-to-5 grind.
Right. It's more than that.
It's about aligning your work with your values and aspirations.
Exactly. Finding your purpose.
The guide shares a powerful story
Well, tell me about it.
about a single mother who started her own online business
Okay.
so she could work from home and have more flexibility to raise her children.
Wow, that's amazing.
Her entrepreneurial spirit allowed her to create a work-life balance
Yeah.
that met her needs and those of her family.
That's awesome.
It's a reminder that entrepreneurship can empower individuals to design a lifestyle
Yeah.
that truly aligns with their priorities.
That's so important.
So we've talked about the practical aspects of starting a business, the financial considerations, the importance of adaptability,
Yeah.
and the transformative power of entrepreneurship.
It's a lot to cover.
Now, I want to circle back to something the guide refers to as a crucial element of success:
Okay. What's that?
building a strong support network.
Oh, yeah. That's huge.
Why is that so crucial, like having that support network?
Well, entrepreneurship, it could be a roller coaster ride.
Oh, yeah, for
There
sure.
are going to be like exhilarating highs and some like really challenging lows.
You're going to have some tough days.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And having a strong network of mentors, advisors, fellow entrepreneurs.
People who've been there.
Exactly. It provides like invaluable guidance, encouragement, and like a sounding board for your ideas.
It's like having a team of people to help you navigate.
It's like having your own personal door to directors.
I love that.
Yeah, they've got your back.
The guide even suggests like thinking about your ideal support network.
Yeah.
What qualities and expertise would you want in your entrepreneurial corner?
Oh, that's such a good exercise because it makes you think proactively
Yeah.
about the types of people who can like really contribute to your success.
Like, who do you need on your team?
Exactly. Maybe you need a mentor with experience in your industry.
Right, someone who's been there, done that.
Exactly. Or a financial advisor to help you with like the money stuff.
Oh, yeah, gotta have that.
Super important. Or maybe another entrepreneur who just gets it.
Yeah, someone who understands the struggles.
Totally. Because building a diverse and supportive network, it can seriously increase your chances of success.
So it's like assembling your dream team for entrepreneurial success.
I like that, your dream team.
As we wrap up this deep dive, what stands out to you as like the most insightful takeaway from this guide?
For me, it's the emphasis on the transformative power of entrepreneurship. It's not just about the business itself.
Right.
It's about like building yourself, developing resilience, problem-solving skills.
Adaptability.
Yes, adaptability and like a deep sense of purpose.
All those things we talked about.
Exactly. And these qualities, they don't just help you in business.
Right. They help you in life.
They enrich your life in so many ways.
Absolutely. It's like entrepreneurship is this incredible personal growth journey disguised as a business venture.
I love they're so true.
And the guide does a fantastic job of like weaving together the practical and the personal.
Yeah, it's good balance.
It reminds us that entrepreneurship is about more than just profits.
Right.
It's about creating something meaningful, making a difference in the world.
Yes.
And becoming the best version of ourselves in the process.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So for all our listeners out there feeling that entrepreneurial spark, remember it's a journey, not a destination.
That's a good one.
Embrace the challenges. Learn from those inevitable setbacks.
Yeah, you get after that.
And never lose sight of the passion that fuels your vision.
Keep that fire burning.
And don't forget to build that support network.
So important.
Surround yourself with people who believe in you and can offer guidance and encouragement along the way.
Your cheer squad.
Now that you've had a taste of what it takes to be an entrepreneur, what resonates most with you?
Yeah.
What one small step could you take today to explore your own potential?
Keep that spark alive.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.